Sixth grade Excel, lesson 85, multiplying fractions and whole numbers by fractions. So here we go. Multiplying fractions is actually really easy. You're going to see how to do that today. When multiplying two fractions, multiply the two numerators and the two denominators. Simplify the result when you have finished. In other words, reduce the fraction to its lowest terms. For example, here's number 1, 1/2 times 3/4. You multiply the 1, the numerator 1, times the numerator 3. 1 times 3 is 3. And then multiply the denominator 2 by the other denominator 4. And that's equal to 8. 2 times 4 is 8. So the answer is 3/8. Number 2, 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 7 is 21. The answer is 8 over 21, 8 21s. 1/5 times 1/6. Watch out on this one. 1 times 1 is 1. It's not 2. A lot of people put 2 for that one. And then 5 times 6 is 30. So 1/5 times 1/6 is equal to 1/30. Okay, let's try number 4 here together. 2 times 1 is 2, of course. And 6 times 3 is 18. Now we can simplify that fraction because we have two even numbers. So we can divide top and bottom by 2 and get 1/9 as our final answer. Go ahead and try numbers 5 and 6. Pause the video while you're working on them. Okay, the answer to number 5, 1 times 3 is 3. 3 times 5 is 15. If you left that as your answer, you didn't quite get it right because you can actually reduce this. 3 and 15 can both be divided by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 15 divided by 3 is 5. And for number 6, 1 times 1 is 1, not 2. And 2 times 2 is 4. There's no way to reduce 1/4. So that would be the final answer for that one. All right. Let's move on. Okay. And go ahead and try 7 through 15. Pause the video while you're doing those problems and then turn it back on when you're ready to see the answers. Okay, for number 7, 3 times 1 is 3. 8 times 2 is 16. The only thing you can divide 3 by is 3, and you can't divide 16 by 3. So that's your reduced answer. The next one you have 2 times 3 is 6, and 3 times 5 is 15. Now both of these numbers can be divided by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 15 divided by 3 is 5. So the reduced answer for that is 2/5. Number 9, 3 times 2 is 6, and 4 times 3 is 12. Hopefully you can recognize that 6/12 is the same thing as 1/2 because both of those numbers can be divided by 6. Number 10, 1 times 1 is 1, not 2. 8 times 3 is 24. Of course, you can't reduce any fraction that has a 1 in it. And number 11, 5 times 1 is 5. 7 times 4 is 28. The only number you can divide 5 by to reduce that is 5, and you can't divide 28 by 5. So that's simplified all the way. 4 times 1, number 12, 4 times 1 is 4. 6 times 2 is 12. And both of those numbers can be divided by 4. So you get 1/3 after you divide top and bottom by 4. Number 13, 1 times 2 is 2. And 3 times 3 is 9. The only thing I can divide 2 by is 2, and I can't divide 9 by 2, so that is simplified. And number 14, 5 times 3 is 15. 8 times 4 is 32. And what can I divide 15 by? I can divide it by 5, but I can't divide 32 by 5. I can divide 15 by 3, but I can't divide 32 by 3 because 11 times 3 is 33, so that won't work. I can divide 15 by 15, but I can't divide 32 by 15. 15 times 2 is 30, so that is a simplified fraction. Number 15, 5 times 1 is 5, and 10 times 2 is 20. And this can be simplified. Both of these numbers can be divided by 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. 20 divided by 5 is 4. So number 15, the answer is 1/4. Clear that out and move this down a little bit here. And let's take a look at this part here for 16 and 17. The directions say when multiplying a fraction by a whole number, first convert the whole number to an improper fraction. If the product is an improper fraction, it should be changed to a whole or mixed number. In other words, if the answer is an improper fraction, you need to change that to a whole number or to a fraction. So here's how you do number 16. 1/3 times 6 becomes 1/3 times 6 over 1 because 6 is equal to 6 over 1. And now I have a numerator for each and a denominator for each. I can multiply 6 times 1, which is 6, and 3 times 1, which is 3. And then I reduce the answer to 2 because 6 divided by 3 is 2. Here's another one, number 17. 5 times 2/3 becomes 5 over 1 times 2/3. I need to have fractions for both of these. Now I have a numerator to multiply by a numerator, 5 times 2, which is 10, and a denominator, 1 times 3 is 3. 10/3 is equal to 3 1/3 because 10 divided by 3 is 3 with a remainder of 1, 3 1/3. All right, if you need to see that again, just rewind the video. I know I was going pretty fast there. Here are a few more problems. Numbers 18 through 23, and looks like they've already changed the whole numbers into fractions for you on these. So go ahead and give all these a shot. Turn the video back on when you're ready to see the answers. Okay, number 18, 3/4 times 3 1s is equal to 9 over 4. I can't leave it that way. 9 divided by 4, 4 goes into 9 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. That means I have a remainder of 1, or oops, not 1/8, 1/4. All right, and number 19, 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 8 is 8. Cannot simplify 5/8, so that is the answer. 1 times 7 is 7. 2 times 1 is 2. And I can simplify that because that's an improper fraction. 7 divided by 2, 2 goes into 7 3 times, remainder 1, 3 1/2. And on the next one, 4 times 2 is 8, and 1 times 5 is 5. 5 goes into 8 one time, remainder 3, 1 3/5 is my answer there. 4 times 2 is 8. For number 22, 9 times 1 is 9. Cannot simplify that. 5 times 1 is 5. 6 times 3 is 18. If you're looking at that fraction thinking, oh, I wonder if I can simplify it. Well, the only thing I'm going to be able to divide 5 by to simplify is 5, and I can't divide 18 by 5, so that is a simplified fraction. Get that cleared out and move on to the next part down here. Okay, here's a box with check answer. Go ahead and do these 3 problems and pause the video, turn it back on when you're ready to see the solution. All right, and 1 times 1 is 1, 3 times 4 is 12, 1 times 5 is 5, 2 times 6 is 12, 1 times 1 is 1, 6 times 2 is 12, so we have 1/12, 5/12, and 1/12, and when you add all those together, you get 7/12. Clear that out and move down to the last section here. Now we have some problems where you actually have to change the whole numbers into fractions before you multiply. So go ahead and give this box a shot. Turn on the video, pause the video, turn it back on when you're ready to see the solution. So what we want to do for this first one here is change 12 into 12 over 1. Now I'm multiplying 1 times 12 is 12, and 6 times 1 is 6. 12/6 is a division problem. It's an improper fraction. That's equal to 2 because 6 goes into 12 2 times. This next one here, you're going to put a 1 under the 5 because 5 is equal to 5 over 1. 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 1 is 4. and that's an improper fraction. 4 goes into 15 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12, so I have a leftover of 3, and that's 3/4. On this problem down here, 15 becomes 15 over 1. 15 times 1 is 15. 1 times 3 is 3. 15 over 3 is an improper fraction. 15 divided by 3 is equal to 5 wholes. And the last one, 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. And so the answer is 1/4. And to add these up, you have 2, 3, and 3/4, 5, and then 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and stick the 1/4 right next to the 5 there. When I add 3/4 and 1/4, I get 4/4. And 2 and 3 is 5, 5 and 5 is 10. So I have an answer of 10 and 4/4. 4/4 is equal to 1. So this is actually 10 and 1, which makes 11. 10 and 4/4 is the same thing as 11. All right, I think that's it for this lesson. So thanks for watching.